All right. So, hello everybody. Today we're going to be taking a political compass test, and I might get some flack for my answers, but um, I really don't care. So let's get started. And yeah, okay. So if you don't know what the political compass test is, basically a test, and then you would take, and they would put you on a chart to see where you are on the political scale. Alright, so first question. If economic globalism is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Well, I'm gonna have to think about this. Well, I want to see the exact definition of economic globalism. Widespread international movement of goods and technology. Production of finance corporations. Well, it should serve humanity, but won't serving the transnational corporations eventually benefit humanity? So I'm gonna have to go with agree on this. But I wish there was a slightly agree, because I would go with that. I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. Well, no, I'm gonna have to go strongly disagree, because it's good to have patriotism, but for example, in the Nazi regime, it's not necessarily always the right decision. Nothing's ever permanent, right? No country's great forever, and it could always be that one thing that they do. No one chooses his or her country birth, so it is foolish to be proud of it. Disagree. I'm gonna disagree, okay? Because the reason for this is that's true, no one chooses their country birth, but patriotism is what drives nations to achieve better status, and is what drives people to improve their own country instead of moving to other places. And it's not foolish to be proud of what your ancestors did. It's foolish to write off of it and simply say that's enough. But it's definitely not foolish to be proud of your ancestor and your country of birth. So, yeah. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Well, no. That's a strongly disagree, because I think that would be racist, right? Yeah, race doesn't have superior qualities. It's more of each race has their own culture, and that culture, maybe some cultures are better than other cultures. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. That's not true. But some qualities of some cultures are better than other qualities of other cultures, right? I think that's a fact that we can state, right? There are qualities that make some cultures better, and there are qualities that make some cultures worse. It's not necessarily the race. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, no, I disagree. Because the enemy of your enemy could be someone that you also disagree with. It doesn't necessarily have to be your friend. They can be your ally, but not your friend. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Is sometimes justified. I'm gonna have to strongly agree, because no law is really always correct. There's always that circumstance where it is needed for military intervention. right? And for the betterment of humanity in the world. It's not like the law is a one-time thing. There's always something wrong, and that is why we're gonna have to have constant discussions. But sometimes in the moment of things, you have to take action immediately, right? There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Well, I'm not sure what they mean by this, right? Entertainment such as... Okay, so there are two possible ways. One reason I would say disagree is because I'm not sure yet, but one reason I would say disagree is because entertainment mixed with information, it allows more people and a broader audience to receive information and not happily, but it makes the general population more informed, right? But on the other hand, it could make the information more lengthy, and it could further the window between what is real and what is not real. So because of that, I'm gonna have to say disagree. But same with the first one. I would say slightly disagree if there was an option like that. Okay. People are ultimately divided by more class and nationality. Well, class by nationality. I'm not sure whether they mean nationality like culture, because if it's divided by nationality such as culture, I would definitely agree with that, or nationality by skin color. But on the other hand, class by class, right? The rich and the poor, there is definitely a division, right? One gets more information than the other. I'm gonna have to say more by class. Agree, yes. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Well, of course. Strongly disagree, because if there's inflation, then no one is gonna have a good high standard of living, right? So you have to control inflation in order, and then you can control the unemployment. Now, if you control the unemployment first and then control inflation, you're kind of going backwards. Because corporations cannot be trusted to volunteer, they require regulation. Yes, I'm gonna have to agree on that. They're not gonna do it. Corporations about money, right? And I'm mostly for free corporations, but when it comes to a matter of the world and human health, environment, the future, right? I'm gonna have to say that is more important than this kind of pump and dump system. So they do require regulation. To the extent of that, I'm not sure. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need. Well, isn't this like a communism statement, right? I'm gonna say I'm disagreeing on that. Let me just make sure. Let me just search up whether this is a. Yeah, this is a communism state. Yeah, just making sure. Each according to his ability, each according to his need. No, I'm gonna have to disagree on this. The reason for this is right. Able-minded people who are able to work need to work. People who are able to work, they need to work. You know, and it's not like not everyone is going to be able to contribute their whole ability to do that. No one's really gonna do that. And on the other hand, I realize that there are unfortunate people who are born handicapped, you know, and those people should receive the help because they are not able to. But generally, overall, I don't think this is a good idea. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water not bottled. Disagree. No, it's definitely not. Should I do strongly? No, just disagree. Cause no, it's not. Because people have found a way to capitalize on it, and that's their thing. You know, that's the rich people who have capitalized on this. They have worked hard to receive that. Yes, I mean I do agree that water is a basic human need, and it's a human necessity. It's a human right. But this is different. This is bottled water, right? You don't need to have this. This is different. Land shouldn't be a commodity. No, this strongly disagree. Land should be a commodity to be bought and sold. Yeah. This is just you own it, you buy it. What? You buy it, you own it. Okay. It should be commodity to buy, bought and sold. It's regrettable that many people. No. The very actions of creating money are contributing to the society already, right? People who make money are the main contributors who fuel the economy. Sorry to say this, but people who generally don't have as much money, they don't fuel the economy. And I'm assuming you're talking about stock investors here. And no, they're just playing it smart. It's not regrettable. Yeah, manipulate money. I'm guessing stock investors. No, it's not. Protectionism. Proposing tariffs. Yes, agree. It's sometimes necessary in trade. Yes, I agree on that. Whoa, sorry, wobble that. It should be limited, but it's sometimes necessary, yes. The only social responsibility of a company is profit to shareholders. Yes, strongly agree. Because to be able to deliver the profits to shareholders, actually, I'm going to have to go agree, right? It shakes that. Okay, sorry. It should maintain, for its workers, it should treat them well. But on the other hand, the only thing it has to do is give profits to social responsibilities to give profits to its shareholders. And every other way, if it's able to deliver the profits to its shareholders, that means that they are doing their other socially responsibly too well. The rich are too highly taxed. Well, the rich, I'm pretty sure, the rich are taxed of like 50%, right? It's a hard one. On one hand, the rich do have the money to be able to support it, and it's better for the government and the majority if they are taxed However, on the other hand, the rich are, whoa, okay, I can't be doing that. Sorry. The rich are taxed 50%, and they did deserve the money. So I'm gonna have to say agree, but it would be another slightly agree. Actually, disagree. I think that they are fine right as now. Right. Maybe a little less. Definitely not more. Those with the ability to pay should have their access to higher standards. Yes, of course. Those who have the ability to pay are generally people who have worked harder than those who have not. So they should deserve a higher medical care. They should have it. Government should penalize business that mislead the public. Yes, this is genuinely obvious. Genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of yes. Monopolies are not good for society, and that monopolies itself restrict a free market. The freer the market, the freer the people. Yes, the freer the market, the freer the people. There's some personal social values. Abortion, should always be illegal. Disagree. Right. On one hand, okay, I actually thought about this a lot before. So what I came to the conclusion was first and second trimester abortions up to third and a half, sorry. I don't I think they should be legal. Sorry, just first and second trimester. I definitely do think they're legal. But we should do more. Oh my goodness. I think I'm getting a little sick. I just drank something, so my throat is stuck. But anyways, first and second trimester, the baby isn't really, conscious. He doesn't really feel up to then and can't perceive the world, I don't believe. On the other hand, after that, the baby starts to form a function, right? And that's when I do believe that we should have a little more after that, a certain waypoint. There should be a point that, I'm not that informed about this, but there should be a point where doctors or, consultants or politicians, they decide when it's the cutoff. And after that point, I believe only when the woman's life is threatened, or it's a minor or someone like that, or someone who is, a minor, or when the life is threatened, that they can have it. All authority, yes. No, I don't even have to read that full thing. An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Disagree. You're gonna have to sacrifice some things in order to gain others. Yes, taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Well, yes, because what's the point? What's the point of it that if it cannot survive on a commercial basis? Other than to house maybe important documents, but those are funded by the government, and those are needed. Okay, like important documents like the Declaration, but those are gonna survive on a commercial basis anyways. I think that's a different thing. This is mostly like commercial museums or theaters. Those that cannot survive on commercial basis, yes, they should not be funded. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Well, no, disagree. There needs to be order. For the most part, children need, including me, they need order in their lives. All people should have their rights, but it's better if all of us that do so. No. Why? Yeah, exactly. Isn't that kind of inherit racistness. Yes, agree. Yes, the children need, including me, they need discipline in their lives, and it should be okay. As long as it's not like, physical, actual abuse, but like a slap, I don't see a problem with that. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Yeah, it's natural. A possession should not be a criminal offense. Possessing, yes, it should not be a criminal offense. That's correct. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation. Yes, that is the prime function of schooling. The second function of schooling is to enhance the child's intelligence and creativity, I believe, and that is what also helps society get better. People with serious inheritable disease should not be allowed to rebuild. Oh, this one's a hard one. People with serious inheritable. I know this might be offend some people, but I'm gonna have to agree. I'm sorry, but just wear something, right? Take measures. Why would you want your child to have this disability when you already yourself has experienced it yourself? I would say it's for the greater good. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. I mean, I did say that discipline is needed. Yes, discipline. Discipline and creativity is what I would say funds the society. There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. No. There are cultures that are savages, right? There are cultures that are simply bloodthirsty. For example, some tribes, they're cannibalists. I'm not the ones that they eat the dead, but they kill other tribes and they eat those tribes, eat the people. There are savage tribes. There are savage cultures. It's not common, I would say, but there are. Those who are able to work and should not. Yes. If you don't work and you're able to work, why should we fund you? Why should we fund you? Why should society be expected to pay on your behalf? Why do I have to support you? That is unacceptable. Right? Now these people, maybe if they're able to work, that means they're able to work. That means they're not underprivileged. That means they're not uneducated. They're able to work. Why should the society support you? You don't deserve it. When you are troubled, it is better to not think about it, but to keep. No, that's like sticking your head in the sand. That's ridiculous. Well, in terms of the United States, right, they can't become president. But I don't think this question is talking about that. But so I'm going to disagree because they can integrate. I'm going to say they can integrate. My parents are first generation immigrants. And I would say for the most part they have, except for not being able to become president, let's say, they have fully integrated. It's always good. No. Disagree, because sometimes corporations are all for the money, and it's not always good for us. However, independent. Public funding. Well, if they host a charity, that's different. Are they talking about tax paying? Because if it's hosting a charity for their site, I would be fine with that. Let me just search this up real quick. Sorry, I am not always the most informed. Political or state taxes are Okay, no. I'm going to disagree. This is talking about taxes as far as I'm aware. Yes, you should not be. They should not. Actually, I'm going to agree. I'm going to disagree. Yes. If a government broadcasting institution is independent, it should receive public funding because it's better for society that everyone is informed. Our civil liberties are being exercised in the name of counterterrorism. Disagree. I don't really see that in my life so far, but I'm still a child, so I have no idea about that one. A one-party state is that avoids all arguments that delay. No, this is strongly disagree. Arguments are what provides new topics and it allows people to strive and become better. Although the electronic age makes only wrongdoers need to be worried. I'm going to disagree. There are hacking, for example, even wrongdoers, they and regular people need to be worried about hackers. That should be an option. Yes, agree. This one's kind of a finicky one, right? But the death penalty does reduce crimes. I believe it was Missouri or somewhere. In the United States, start with the M. I'm sorry. They got rid of the death penalty, and the crime rates, they went significantly up. And also, why should these people be allowed to live? If they've killed someone, they shouldn't be allowed to live. I would say 2 murders, but listen, I'm not like a lawyer or anything, or I have to do more research in order to put the fine line of when the death penalty should be there. But yes, it should be an option. In civilized society, one must... How much more are there? Alright. Have people above to be committed? No, disagree. Yes, disagree. Yeah, abstract art. What is it? I can paint something. I can just splash... Abstract art. Okay, this is abstract art. Yeah. No, this should be considered art. I'm gonna change my mind. Disagree, because art should just be something that is pleasant and inspires creativity, and I would say this does. And punishment should be more important. I'm gonna disagree on that, but I would again. This would be slightly disagree because you can't always rehabilitate someone. There needs to be punishment. There needs to be punishment for your actions in order to stop people from doing acts of terrorism or wrongdoings. But rehabilitation is important, more important than punishment, I would say. But there should be punishment. Don't get me wrong. Is it a waste of time? Yes, I agree. Not everyone can be rehabilitated. Okay, I can't pronounce that. But not everyone should be not everyone can be. Person are more important than the writer and the artist. Well, without the businessman person and the manufacturer, the writer and the artist cannot create anything. But without the writer and the artist, disagree. Because the writer and the artist, they're the producers. I'm sure they can find out a way. But on the other hand, the businessman and the manufacturer cannot live without the writer. Mothers may have careers to be homemakers. Generally, yes. Their first duty should be homemakers because that is just their natural evolutionary cause. Multinational companies are unethical. Well, I'm gonna have to say disagree. It isn't necessarily unethical. It could be wrong. It could be something that needs to be stopped, but it isn't unethical. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect. No. The establishment meaning the government, right? Yes, I'm gonna assume it means the government. No, the government isn't always correct, and making peace. Well, yes, okay, I'm gonna change my opinion to agree, but here's why. Making peace, in order to change an establishment, you need to make peace with the establishment. You can't create peace. You can't create change without peace. You can't create change in the midst of disorder. Yes. 5. Wow. Okay. 5. Propositions on religion. A breeze. Astrology accurately explains many things. No. Disagree. I don't think so. You cannot be moral without being strongly disagree. Why do you need religion to be moral? Charity is better than social security as means of helping. Disagree. This is why. First of all, if you live in the United States, taxes are used to help the disadvantaged. Second of all, if you have social security, that means you can donate more to the disadvantaged, right? It's like planting a seed, right? You don't give the seed you don't give a seed for a person to eat. You plant the seed and you wait it to grow, and you take the apples and you give it to the person. In the same way, you yourself, you invest your money, you work hard for your money, you get that money, you pay your taxes, which already helps the disadvantaged, but on top of that, you can help more. You not only can you donate the seed, you can also donate the apples or the money, right? Some people are naturally unlucky. Yes, I'll agree with that, because some people are born, with disabilities. I can agree with that. Support my child? No, strongly disagree. I would like my child to grow up secular. Yes. Because he should be able to make his own opinion on things. Okay, last one. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. No, I'm gonna have to disagree on that. I don't think so. As long as it's safe. Same-sex couple loving should not be excluded from child adoption. I'm gonna have to should not be excluded. I would say slightly agree on this one, but it's definitely more of agree. They deserve it, but there's actually been proof that same-sex couples, the child that they raise generally has more, is not as mature, I would say. I would phrase it like that. But they should not be excluded because they have the opportunity to raise the child well. I think there should be legal for the adult population. Yes, agree. Strongly agree. It's for the adult population. Yes, that's kind of like censorship. Well, some censorship is good, but not to the outside. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults? Yes, strongly agree. Actually agree. Because I'm guessing it's talking about the LGBTQ community. Yes, they what goes on in their bedroom doesn't is no business of the state. But on the other hand, if it's something like a person has a choking fetish, right? I think the state should be able to go in and say no. No, like, if he's having a choking fetish and it's hurting him as a person, then the state can go in and say, don't do this. But generally, it's not their business. No one can feel naturally homosexual. No, I disagree with that. I think that people can. Openness about sex has gone too far. Well, no, I disagree. I think that the talk should be open in order to give more information to people about how to have it safe and not safe without harming themselves. Now, see where I stand. Okay, you can read this if you want. Ooh, I was right here. Alright. So, it says I'm more libertarian and to the right a little bit. So, I'm kind of in the middle. When I first took this test, right, I was right around, I took it twice, I believe. And the first time I was right around here. The second time I was right around here. Here and here. Right there. So it's always been around the middle. 0.88 to the right. And a little bit libertarian. So, yeah, that is my political compass test. Who do I... Does it say who I kind of identify with? Could I see who I identify? Friedman, Gandhi, Thatcher, Stalin, Hitler. I guess it doesn't say. Well, I guess I'll read this for now. We recognize that this is essentially, okay, this is all useless. This is all useless. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to read that. You can go on and read that by yourself if you want. But this is just where I stand on the political test as of May 10th, 2019. And yeah, thanks for watching.